What's going on, guys? Gonna be playing some Jack's jungle with the best build and runes possible at the moment. We have lethal tempo with Triumph, Alacrity, Last Stand, free boots, Cosmic with attack speed 80 and armor. Jack's highest win rate build at the moment is at a 64% win rate in the jungle, with your items being Ravenous Hydra. Let me find that for you here. So Ravenous Hydra into Divine into Shogun third. This build gives you a ridiculous amount of ability haste, basically around 30 from Ravenous. You get around 30 to 40 from Shogun and 20 from this item as well. Not sure where my laners went there. I asked for a leash. They both kind of just ended up disappearing. Happens. You want to start with E. We'll kite this out over here. Block the first auto. If you time it properly, you should be able to block two, which is ideal because your E does more damage the more auto attacks you block. We're up against the Hecarim. Not a great matchup. Jax does best against champions where he can block their main source of damage with his E. Your E blocks all auto attacks. And Hecarim's most of his damage comes from his Q spin, which is not an auto-based ability. At the very least, they don't have a champion to match us in a split push. Jack's scaling is insanely good right now. You want to pull your camps out towards the border so you can try to keep your passive up. Or at least pretend like you're going to keep it up, because it falls off really fast. So even though we pulled it pretty hard, we're only able to keep 5 stacks. Each stack on your passive gives you extra attack speed. Right now, we're at an extra 28%, which is better than nothing for sure. We'll do the same thing with the wolves. We will lose all the stacks as we cross over to the other side of our jungle, but at the very least, we will get there a little bit faster. Auto attack W reset. Even with that perfect pull, you'll see that we lost every single stack. I wish they would make that last a little bit longer. You can run Conquer on Jax. Lethal Tempo is a much higher win rate since Lethal Tempo synergizes with on-hit items like Wits and Bork. Plus your R has an on-hit effect on every third auto, doing way more damage. Auto attack W reset, pop the E. Your W and your Q are both basically auto resets. You generally try to hold Q to make sure you land your stun, or you use it once you can no longer reach them with your autos in terms of champions. Get that with one more auto, cross over into Krugs here. The key is to keep your passive as high as possible while you're on the same side of the jungle. So for example, the blue Gromp and Wolves, or the Raps, Red, and Krugs, if you can keep up some stacks. Auto attack W reset. Just did, with a decent leash, about a 227 full clear. Pop potion here. Usually want to max your W first for surprise damage. Your E per level doesn't really get much damage at all. Goes up very minimal. If their team is an incredibly auto attack base, like let's say Warwick, Zhao, Vayne, that type of stuff, you can push for, I'll go top here, Hecarim's bot side. Bot Scuttle's gone, he's 28 CS, so that's a full clear plus a camp. Full clear is 24 CS. Didn't realize Sion was going to play this far up. This isn't even worded. Now he's playing really far back. Hey friend, we got Eon. Auto attack W reset. I'll tank some turret shots here. And there we go. And since we're on Ghost, we're fast, we can easily step out of turret range. I would like Tryndamere to get that cannon, but he's just gonna give it up. Should just stay and shove the wave. I don't know why Hecarim's here. That was weird. Hecarim was bot side and then he ran straight top. He hasn't gotten any more CS, so he rushed tier 2 boots, came back top. Flash is good on Jax. Ghost is better. Like you saw, we could put in way more autos. So Flash basically gives you 2 extra auto attacks. Ghost gives you anywhere from 2 to 10 or 15, depending on how fast your attack speed is. Ravenous Hydra is a really good first item. Really, really strong, as long as they're playing crisp. If you're not playing crisp, if you struggle, then you should rush Divine into Ravenous. But your highest win rate build right now, 64%, is Ravenous into Divine for crisp gameplay, then Shogun. Typically at that point, you'd go Death Dance or Bork. Against their team, probably a Bork if we have to deal with a big Scion, otherwise Shogun for the lower attack speed, or the lower ability haste, I should say. You want your abilities to be on a super low cooldown for team fights on Jax, to where you can perma-spam E to dodge damage, block all autos, and take 20% less damage from AoE abilities like MFR and whatnot. My bot lane isn't really reacting to this at all. They kind of reacted. They might die here, though. It's something. We got quite a bit of damage off. If MF didn't have flash, he was dead there 100%. Jax does have really good base movement speed at 350. I think he's the tied for second highest movement speed in the game. I think he has the highest at 355. 350 is incredibly good, though. Most champions are around 330, 340 base movement speed. Looks like kind of like an 80 Nico. I'm not going to waste E on this, just in case Hecarim shows up. Blue's up in 22, so we could take Wolves into blue here. I guess I will use this. It got past me there. I don't want it to push too close to where Hecarim's going to be coming from, most likely that area. Hecarim's bot side. He's getting a lot of XP. He came top for a big minion wave, and now he's going bot. Yeah, he's level 6, just off minions. I really don't like that interaction as a jungler. It's something you should take advantage of. I find it kind of annoying, though, that a lot of junglers get away with not doing anything and just catching minion waves. It's super non-interactive gameplay, but if there's a minion wave, you should show up. A minion wave's worth basically 2 monster camps worth of XP at least. I think he's on that right now. I wouldn't be surprised. We're level 6 now. I don't want to go bot. I think Hecarim's in the area. I'd rather play towards my top side. Trin's doing much better than my bot lane's doing at the moment. Hecarim R plus Morgana snare could be quite problematic. Did they remove that on Izzy? Oh yeah, so it is there. You take 25% reduced damage from area of effect abilities. Amumu R, Amumu Tears, Amumu E, MFR, MFE, Morgana Soil while you are on E, so it is more than just blocking auto attacks. That is often overlooked. Got passive fully stacked, giving 40% attack speed at this point. I'll stay for red buff. We can definitely start soloing Hecarim, even with Hecarim being hyper meta right now. He went for phase rush, which doesn't really give him that much damage. He gets some extra AD based off of his current movement speed. Ultimately, lethal tempo or conqueror will be able to solo phase rush, dark harvest, first strike type of champs. I think Hecarim with conqueror is definitely the way to go at the moment. Not sure why he went for phase rush there. There's literally slow Trin slow, but it's not that much. Like, I would get it versus a Nasus slow. It's time to go for dragon. We need this push. Whenever the laners roam, most of the time it's hard to follow because you don't know if they roamed and you don't want to get baited. So oftentimes it's best to just shove wave, force them to do something. These guys are going to die if they don't react here. I'm on a ward. Got a ghost early. Auto attack W reset. We'll go to the MF. Got red buff autos on her. She has no flash. Auto attack W reset. Down she goes. W is a beautiful auto reset, and it also has more range than your base autos. It's usually why you don't lead with it. The red buff is what allowed us to stay on top of her. Plus 350 base movement speed. We have higher base movement speed plus the red buff slow. She was doomed with no flash. Like I said, you can max E first, but ultimately W will give you more damage output. All 3 of the abilities get on a lower cooldown per level you put into it. Go ahead and smite that. Jax's ganks are pretty solid. You can think of it a lot like a Xin Zhao gank. You have a dash and hard CC, but it's AoE hard CC, unlike Xin Zhao single target knockup. Granted, knockups are a better form of CC because you can't cleanse or QSS a knockup in the same way you would a stun or a snare. Still, AoE is quite effective early mid game because people don't have QSS yet, and most people don't take cleanse. Cleanse is a relatively rare summoner spell. Most players struggle to get value out of it, particularly iron to mid diamond. People are slow on using the cleanse to where half of your, let's say it's a second stun, takes at least a half a second to use the cleanse to where they're getting relatively minimal value. Usually you'd go for an Emax second on Jax. In fact, I'm going to. You could go Qmax second, but ultimately I think Emax second is going to be better for this game, staying alive, not throwing Ravenous Hydra stacks away. There's nothing to really gank here, I don't think. Maybe Silas, and Silas has her R. Seems to be warded. I'm going to path away from her. She might be rotating. All right, now I gotta go. I gotta leave. She's missing. Hecarim's missing. I don't want to get two-man pinched. I'm sitting on a lot of gold as well, and I can afford Ravenous. Doing this is better though, because Ghost is up in 50. Every time your Ghost is up and you come up behind someone, it's pretty much always a kill on Jax. You can put so much pressure on them. Just walking up with the WE, then they have to flash and you hop on their head. Nice, Trin gets it, but he dies. Are they going to push that wave? All right, I'll stay for the wave, then reset. Might as well. Hecarim may be going for Herald. I could swing by there real quick. What is happening? It's not letting me click on these. I don't know if that was lag or what it was. I'll just let him have Herald. I think Herald sucks. I don't know where Nico's. I don't want to die. All I have is team at. He has way more gold spent. Sure enough, he gets it, and Nico was there. I was right. Nico's been missing for so long. Makes you wonder how long she was on that for. Pick up control word. Once you're level 6 and up, you kind of want to have stealth ward instead of oracles, in my opinion, as an escape. Oh, having oracles pre-6 is really good for ganks, but level 6 and up, having stealth ward to jump to is extremely useful for chase downs and also to survive people chasing you. Auto W reset into E. We'll use a smite charge since we have 2. Might as well get it going on cooldown. They're both playing mid here. Neither one's a full item. I might be able to kill them both, especially if they waste their abilities on wave like Nico just did. Yeah, they're both gonna die. They're both 100% dead. I could have given the kill to Caitlyn. I don't want to. So basically, I knew I could win that fight. Hecarim wasn't a complete item, and I assumed they'd used a lot of abilities killing a Silas, probably both their Rs. Plus, we saw Hecarim was missing a little bit of HP, and Nico just used her 2 primary abilities on the wave. So going in there with Ghost was a no-brainer. They should have both tried to escape. They were foolish to where Hecarim turned because he couldn't get away from our Ghost E-stun. And then Nico was foolish enough to try to stay and finish us off with her minimal items. The green jungle item is essential on Jax. You'll see some Jaxes go for blue jungle item. I think it's really newbie, because what ends up happening is you'll get chain CC'd, and Jax can get great value out of plated or even Ionian boots. Ionian boots in particular for the E-spam. We're getting the free tenacity from green jungle item and shield gives you a lot more item choices, in my opinion, because you still have the split push option. You're gonna say, oh, but you're missing a little bit of mobility. First of all, Jax base movement speed is already higher than most champions in the game, plus we have the free boots, extra 10 permanent movement speed, so we're already basically the fastest, so that shouldn't really be an issue. We can also sit on the split and force them to come to us. We don't have to play, oh, I'm running at them, so I'll step in the bush with blue jungle smite. No, green jungle smite's just better. It will be until they remove the tenacity or make the shield scale off of HP, but the shield is flat completely. Whether you're a Twitch jungle or a Scion jungle or a Malphite jungle or Rammus, the shield gives the same amount no matter what, and it's a very high base amount. Very high. Nearly have my jungle item finished. Getting an extra 12 AD and oh, it's not an extra ability haste, it's just AD and Omnivamp. So I guess Ravenous Hydra is only 20 ability haste, so I misspoke at the start. So we get 20 from Ravenous Hydra, 20 from Divine, and around 30 or 40 from Shojun, depending on when we get it. So we see where Hecarim is. He's pushing for Dragon. I think my team's giving it with how my team's resetting right now, and their bot lane has control of that area. It's just gone. My team's in base. I'm on the wrong side of the map. We'll smite him, slow him down, walk behind him. I'm not even going to use R for armor and magic resist. We don't need it. Auto attack W reset. I don't know why Trindamir's fighting this. It doesn't make any sense. It's just giving him more free grasp. He's going to lose some turret for this. We need to see what's coming up behind. We'll leave a ward there, so I have control where to escape if need be, plus fast movement speed, moving 385 tier 1 boots, pretty good. No reason to stay. They're all missing on the map. Well, potentially 3 of them missing on the map. Sion spawning. It's time for Divine, and we can start playing the split push. I'm thinking we go for... I'm thinking Lucids, actually. I'll wait in base. I hate waiting for gold. We're only 50 away. That's about the longest I... Oh, God, I hate that. He's in my jungle when I could absolutely snap him like a twig. So freaking greedy. If he only gets Gromp, it's fine, but if he gets Gromp and Wolf somehow, then that's just absurd. So he only gets Gromp, not a huge deal. Invading for a single camp isn't a great... it isn't greatly efficient or anything, because he's having to walk all the way into it. Plus, you take enemy jungle camps 20% slower than your own, with how they've changed the jungle item. Tryndamere randomly grouping. Caitlyn sitting on the split push. That doesn't really make sense to me. I guess they can have our mid inhib. That's fine, I guess. Something that AD carry players generally don't understand is they're not very strong and they're not very useful until ultra late game. And if they sit on split, she would get soloed by Sion, Hecarim, Nico, possibly even the MF at this point because she's behind. I'm not going to group up though when my teammates are already dying. We might as well sit on the split. It's almost 20-minute mark. We won't be getting negative effects from taking too many minions here in a moment. If they take an early inhib, it is what it is. If they end here, it is what it is. I can't back while my teammates are dead. They should just defend the turrets. Tryndamere is the one who threw that whole interaction. He just randomly ran at him 1v5 and died. And said, wait, did I do that? That's the thing. After Tryndamere died, there's no point of us grouping. What are we going to do? Try to fight 4v5 underneath a singular turret while Tryndamere does it again? Alright, let's just stay on the split. We have double turrets. They don't have supers yet because super take a while to get down the waves once you take inhib. We'll just keep going. It is what it is. Trading gold on Jax isn't horrible because we do scale so well. We get the MF. We can jump back to our minions here if need be. I think Hecarim backed. Wait, who backed? Maybe with the Morgana? Yeah, it's the Morgana. I gotta back up. So they get inhib. We got 1 or 2 turrets. Not a horrible trade considering we didn't have a choice since Tryndamere ran at them 4v5 here, ran at them 4v5 there. Not bad at all. And it's pre-20, so them getting that inhib doesn't do much either because Baron isn't up yet. The whole point of getting inhibs is to allow you to force down double turrets, which they can't do because it's too early in the game, or to allow you to take Baron with with no one to really contest you. But that's why the general rule of thumb is you don't take inhib any sooner than 19-minute mark because Baron doesn't spawn until 20. I think inhib stays broken for probably 3 or 4 minutes. I don't remember. Somewhere around there. I'm getting close to third item here, Shojin. I could go rock this Sion super hard. Caitlyn's farming my camps. Very cool. Love to see it. Got him with smite. He can't auto attack. Got my R on for extra armor magic resist. He's got nowhere to go. His R would have hit us if he tried to R the other way. Thanks for the extra lethal tempo stacks, bud. And then we get to sit here on the split. If they try to end, they're going to lose inhib. I'll reset and kill them all. Teammates are managing to die mid while we kill one of them solo bot and keep pushing. It happens, though. If you're going to play kind of split pushy, sometimes people are going to make really unfortunate mistakes. But what are we going to do? Back right now when we don't need to and just stand underneath 2 turrets with the thumb in our bum? I'd rather not. Build up our attack speed stacks on passive. Wait, is this just... Oh, they sent 3 people back for me. Damn. They sent a lot back. They're about to see me. I think they're going to get Dragon for free, though. No one on my team really wants to contest. Yeah, there's 4 of them on it. Look where they are. They're all in base. 2 turrets can handle a single super wave. Might still be able to fight at 3v5. Well, not if Trindamir's not going to go in. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we're going to die here. Oh, we're so dead. I have nothing to jump to. No one really went in. We tanked everything. They chased us. I just shouldn't have gone in. Whether we got kills there or not wouldn't really change the outcome of the game in a meaningful way because they'd already gotten the dragon itself. I should have just gone back to the split. That was my fault there. 100%. 100% for me dying there was my decision making. We got Shojun now. Took a lot of physical damage, a little bit of magic. Nico's going 80. It's looking like a Death Dance type of game. At this point, you'd usually want to go Bork or Cleaver. I'm thinking Bork for the attack speed. I think that makes a lot of sense, actually. I'll go sit on the split. Even though they got the inhib, it hasn't led to much outside of that one dragon, which you could argue is directly because of the inhib, because I had 3 teammates just kind of standing around by that area. Outside of that, they didn't get much off of it. I'm about to get one of their inhibs. Once they push out for Baron, they will lose the game. We can shred their base. None of them can match us in the split. The only champion that late game can threaten a Jack split is really Nasus. Nasus and kind of Fiora. I wouldn't even say Tryndamere. Tryndamere's a little bit stalemate-y, but even then, I think Jax comes out on top with the a heavy ability haste build. We're at 90 ability haste, 89 right now. It's really high. Tryndamere going in once again, 1v5 makes sense. Very cool. He has a low cooldown spin move that can go over walls and long distances, but he's choosing to go in 1v4, 1v5. It's not what you want to see. That's cheesy. I wonder if she has teammates recalling. Just pop her R like that. The thing is, I don't see anyone going for Baron yet. Okay, now I see one. I can step back up then. Morgana seems to be here. If I can hold 2 of them bot perpetually, that's a win, though. You can't win keeping 2 people bot. My teammates will eventually want to fight 4v3 against the enemies. They're all kind of missing. Hecarim's like, hey guys, why don't we group? We can win. Not realizing he has 2 teammates bot. MF doesn't have R, my dude. MF no R. I'm going to ghost her down and eat her alive. Auto attack double reset. They can't fight me like that. If MF had R, I wouldn't have done that. Or if Morgana had Zanya's and MF had R, I definitely wouldn't have done that. But MF no R equals she missing 80% of her damage output. Morgana missed snare. What is she going to do? Press R on me while I hack her down with autos, which is exactly what happened. Down she goes. We're on very short cooldowns. Biggest mistake this game was dying on Dragon fight. They had already gotten it. We knew they'd gotten it, and I chose to fight anyways with 2 teammates who obviously weren't going to do anything. It was completely my fault. Big blunder on my end. Can heal back up off of Raptors real quick. Get attack speed up. If I could walk through them and not get perma body blocked. I should go grab Scuttle real quick. Sit on the split. As long as we have some vision of Scuttle, of the Baron area, they can't really take it. Baron, forcing Baron here is kind of bad. Oh, Morgana just threw. Yeah, we can take Baron now. I could solo it even, honestly. Hecarim's going in. He one-shots my Lulu. I might die here. Yeah, that's insane. Hecarim just like 1v4'd my teammates. Yeah, I'm gonna kill them all though. Jax is a better late game carry than Hecarim is. Is it gonna let me jump over? Holy jeez. Who's alive? Just MF? I don't know if she can stop me here. Yeah, she can't stop me. That's a penta, baby. Sheesh, what a game, what a life. Why, look, I don't even know. Well, I couldn't end it. At least not quite. If my super would keep hitting the base, maybe my teammates get dragon here. They're taking it really slow and the enemies have vision. If I could have played that over again, would have just left after double turret. Hecarim's gonna get to dragon in time. Caitlyn's gonna die. Lulu's gonna die. Hecarim's gonna get dragon. Oh, Hecarim decides he wants the dragon instead. It's not Dragon Soul. It's still annoying them getting all that extra movement speed. Sterix is definitely good on Jax. The issue is it just doesn't give you any ability haste, so no ability haste equals kind of meh. I'd rather keep stacking ability haste. 2-second Q, 1-second W, 3-second E. It's pretty nasty. I'll go split the top side here. Rip that down. Not quite full build. We're not going to fall off is the thing, even though we don't have Gathering Storm. Absolute Focus Gathering Storm. You would never go that on Jax anyways. You don't need it. We're at 480, a bunch of ability haste and whatnot. They can't rotate. If they 3-man pushed me here, why they would lose. I'm gonna not waste E on this. E's not gonna speed it up just in case someone shows up. Tryndamere, I have no clue how he's constantly dying. Tryndamere has really fast base movement speed around 350. Also the spins, he's just choosing to die. He's not going to do anything. We got some hits on his turret. He can't really do anything though to us. I don't really need this camp. Just heal off of it real quick, get our jungle item fully in use. In the second they... I don't know, maybe my teammates can get something mid. Three of my teammates mid, but I don't trust in them at all. Kind of seems like they're getting a deep flank on me here with the Hecarim. He's going really deep. No clue where he went. Say we just take Baron at this point. 3 of them in base. Even if Hecarim steals this, they'll lose the game because he'll die. Their inhib's coming back in a moment. Got it. On-hit Nico sucks in my opinion. It's horrible versus things like Jack Shen. Even AP Nico is kind of terrible. It's low range. It's skill shot heavy. When there's plenty of mages who don't have skill shots like Mal's or Annie. Alright, I need to go bot lane now. Because that inhibs up. There's no reason to group on my teammates here. Sion's going to get in the way. We're going to get MFR'd and Morgana CC'd. So hopefully my team doesn't die too fast. So we need to just kind of keep the waves shoved while my teammates all die off to the side. We're pretty quick, 405. Not bad. They're kind of getting stretched out thin here. Where that's kind of where we want them to be. I will say that they're still getting kills, which is bad, but this MF's real cocky. They're real cocky. They think they can fight us like that. Tell you what, that Hecarim build is trash. Lethality Hecarim doesn't scale worth anything. That's GG's, my friends. And that's why Jack's Jungle's a beast. You can carry like very few champions in the game can consistently, regardless of what your teammates are doing, as long as you're making the right choices. So get damage dealt, damage taken. Looking at damage dealt to enemy champions, we had the most in the game. I'm very happy with that, considering we're doing a lot of split pushing and weren't necessarily interacting with enemy champions the majority of the time. Looking at damage taken, we were towards the top of the pack. Looking at self-mitigated, we were pretty high up there, primarily because of our E, but still, it's really high up, third, close to the Scion. He has a shield as well. Our E block on the auto attacks and our armor magic resist when activated. That's primarily where that's coming from. For runes, really high value. Like I said, Jack's Jungle is an absolute monster. You don't have to go Bork. As you saw in this video, our damage wasn't hurt at all, and we still shredded through Scion like butter, because max health damage on Divine Sunder, penetration on Sunderer, and we're going to have Black Cleaver for more penetration. You don't need Bork. And in fact, I would say for a maximum carry build, Bork isn't the most receptive because it doesn't have ability haste. So if you do go for Bork, 0 ability haste, you can't use your abilities as much. So your dash, your W, your E. Our W was a 1 second cooldown, Q was like a 2 or a 3, E was a 3. We could perma spam abilities. They can't get away. They can't hit us with autos. So most comps, if they can't hit you with auto attacks, they literally just can't kill you, like with what you saw there. Plus we're giga healing up, and heal cuts dog crap, has been for the past 4 or 5 months. So very challenging to kill, very unfun to play against. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Kingsticks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.